All right there, baby.
It's blowing my nose.
Blow your nose. Hope you wash your hands afterwards. You'll have some people complaining about that.
They complain about me anyway.
Hiya folks, and welcome to another one of our low carbohydrate meals. This time we're going to be cooking it in our Ninja 15-in-1. You can do this in your air fryer. You can also do it in your slow cooker.
I use an air fryer as well.
Yeah, I know.
We're doing one thing in the Ninja and another thing in the air fryer.
It's a multi-talented one today, baby.
Oh,
what are we doing?
Multitasking.
What are we doing?
We're doing salt and pepper ribs and celeriac salt and pepper chips.
So it's a Chinese takeaway or fake away.
In low carb.
Happy days. Right, so as you well know, although we're doing chips, these are the, shall we show them the ingredients first?
That's a very good idea.
Let's have a look at the ingredients first, folks.
Here are the ingredients for our low-carb Chinese-style salt and pepper spare ribs and celeriac salt and pepper chips. 1 large celeriac, 3 racks of pork belly ribs, 2 onions, some Chinese salt and pepper seasoning, 2 red chilies and 2 green chilies, 3 cloves of garlic and half a pint of water. Right,
so this is celeriac, folks. Now, it looks a bit gnarly, doesn't it?
It's like something from one of the Doctor Who
and
things.
The ood, I think it's the ood. It looks like an ood. And we've had this, and we was a bit sceptical, first of all, because it's based on celery. Now, celery has got a certain taste to it. You either like it or you don't. I'm not too partial of it, but celeriac is basically the root.
Can we just say what this background noise is? It's the dogs having their dinner, just so you know what that noise is.
Yeah, that clattering, yeah. Anyway, so the celeriac, basically, it's what you call a low GI food, a low glycemic index food. In other words, it won't raise your blood sugar too much because we're going to be using it as a chip. And the thing with celeriac, the glycemic index is an index in where the higher the number, more carb based, and that means more glucose. So looking at the glycemic index of a celeriac has a glycemic index of 35, and I've got a little list here. For example, the glycemic index of a baked russet potato is 111, which is way up there. Mash is 87. A sweet potato has a glycemic index of 70. A yam is 54. So celeriac at 35 is very, very low. Although it is a carb, it's more of a starchy carb with more fibre in it. And it's only got 5.9 grams of carbohydrates per 100 grams. In other words, if you was having a 200 gram portion, which is this, I've weighed it already out, they're rather large chips there, and there's quite a few of them there, 200 grams. You're only getting 12 grams of carbohydrates. Now, on any low-carb diet, you want to be keeping your grams to under 30 grams, really. So that will represent a nice evening meal with these fantastic ribs that we're going to be having. So anyway, right, what do we got to do first, baby?
Let's get the ribs in the pressure cooker.
Right, let's do that then. Right, Sharon.
I'm going to open this first because I'm going to get my hands dirty.
Right, now we're taking the inner liner out there because we're using this, basically the big pot there, aren't we?
As our pressure cooker.
So these are our ribs, folks. We've actually soaked and marinated. Not soaked them, what have we done to them?
They've been seasoned and left in the fridge overnight.
In the Chinese style salt and pepper seasoning.
There's 3 racks of ribs here.
Right.
That's what's actually here.
Right. So what we're going to do now then?
I'm going to chuck some of these in.
Right.
So I want some for the chips.
Right, so you're just getting them onions going through. We just add in the little bits of extras here, folks. Going through the ribs themselves, which they'll cook in all this. But the main flavouring is that salt and pepper flavouring, isn't it?
What are these babies?
So in with the chilies.
Some chilies in there and some garlic. I'll just leave that few there for the chips.
Yeah, that's for the chips, so we'll be doing that afterwards. So yeah, the thing is, you can do this in your slow cooker. You can do it in your air fryer. But we're doing them in the pressure cooker. The reason being, when we've done these before, we have shown a video of us doing these ribs before, these Chinese style ribs, but we've done them in the slow cooker and we put them on for about 4 to 5 hours, Sharon?
Yeah.
And they come out absolutely tender as anything. So if you've done them in your air fryer, for example, you'd put them on low and slow for maybe a longer period of time. They might be a bit tougher, but when they come out of the slow cooker, or this thing here,
amazing machine.
this thing is going to be doing this in what time? We done it in the slow cooker, Shao, for 3 to 4 hours, and they was lovely.
4 to 5 hours actually.
They was lovely and tender. These are going in this machine here for how long?
26 minutes.
26 minutes, folks, and they should hopefully be as tender with that. So, right, what are you doing first?
What I'm going to do first is pour in the water for the steam. So I'm going to pour this inside first. Okay.
Right, so you're just whacking the water in there. It's not switched on at the moment, is it?
Because if I poured this in over them, I'm washing all the seasoning off.
Yeah.
This way, the seasoning will stay on.
Yeah. So then, you're just going to dump that load.
Tip these babies in.
Just whack them straight in there. And don't move them about, just leave them as they are, folks. As I say, you want all that coating that's still on them. So that's in there now. So this is where we shut our top down. You put your little vent over to seal. And then we turn our lever across there. And you can see the word pressure. And you've got three settings there. You've got natural release, delayed release, or quick release.
We're going to have quick. I know it's on the bones, so they're only small bones, so we'll have the quick release today.
Okay. And you're setting your time up to
gloves on, but it is
26 minutes, you said, didn't you? And then press the start button.
And the pressure build up takes about 8 to 10 minutes for it to build up in there.
So it will say pre, folks, and then that little dotted line will go along when it gets to the end, and then it will start cooking and counting down. But do make sure you have this over to where it says seal. It says there vent and there seal. So that's got to be over on the seal side. And that's basically it. So that is now left now for 26 minutes.
We're going to now start to season the celeriac chips.
So as you can see, folks, that is a portion. That would be about a portion. So there's about 3 or 4 portions in there altogether. So we just whack them in there. Sharon's already sliced them up.
I've washed them and I've dried them off. I'm going to put some oil on them.
Yeah, and that will be olive oil, folks, not vegetable oil here. We don't want none of that. You can have avocado oil or olive oil. We don't want rapeseed oil. We don't want vegetable oil. We don't want canola oil. Nothing like that. That's not very good for you. And in with the onions. And in with the peppers as well. They're chili peppers, by the way. Now don't forget, do put quite a bit of oil on them, folks. You want every one of them covered, so give them a good massage and get them well coated. So as I said, that's our Chinese style salt and pepper seasoning, folks. They do make other ones, and we will put a link in the description from this one. We do get it from Amazon. So that can just sprinkle a bit on there, and then we're going to just massage that through as well, so that we've got that seasoning all the way through. That just gives you your Chinese style flavour as well. Absolutely fantastic. Lovely, baby. You've got a lovely hair movement, baby.
Thanks.
Can you see that line going along, folks, as the pressure's building up there? We're down to 2 lines now. Right, so while that's cooking, 26 minutes, we're going to take some of these. Sharon's going to do this in our large kasori one. We'll probably do this in 2 batches, wouldn't we?
Well, I'm going to see what it looks like laid out.
Oh, okay. Well, whack them all in then.
Shall we have a go?
Yeah, there's a big lump there. That's that whole celeriac you put in there, wasn't it?
I've used about just over half of that celeriac that you see in the picture.
Okay. So that's them in there, folks. So we'll whack this into the kasori, and these are probably going to take about 20 minutes as well. And don't forget, don't keep opening your drawer up. Leave it to about 10 minutes, and then give them a good turn over.
One.
Eh?
It was a big one.
Of course it was. Otherwise, if you keep opening the drawer, you're letting the heat out all the time. And we've had some people say that, oh, I've waited, I cooked for 20 minutes, and they weren't cooked. But it said they kept opening the drawer. So leave them for 10 minutes. Turn them over, give them a good turn, and then do them again, and let the heat build up, and then cook.
So wash up when you put them in. So if you go and put them on, that saves me because I'm all dirty.
Of course you will. You're dirty, baby.
I'm dirty. There's quite a few in there, so it will
right. So I'm going to whack this in our
they've got maximum crisp on them.
kasori. So let's put that in there, folks.
We'll have 200 for 25 minutes.
Right. So let's turn it on, and we'll up the temperature to 200 degrees centigrade. So press the time and temp button, and we'll take that up to 200 degrees, and we'll press that again, and that alters the time, and we'll now put that up to, what did you say, 25 minutes?
Yeah.
And we'll put that on for 25 minutes, folks, and hit the play button. So that's now on. We're going to leave that. I'll come back at 10 when that's down to 12.5 minutes, and I'll take them out and give them a good shake up, and then we'll put them back in again, but I won't cheat and look in there beforehand. Right, folks, so Sharon's just giving them a turn. As you can see, they're just starting to go brown on the edges now. She has flipped them over, so we're going to let them carry on cooking and whack them back in. And on there, as you can see, our pressure cooker is now doing its thing and counting down. We've got 21 minutes to go. There we go, folks. We've just had a pressure release there. It's just finished cooking. This is on the quick release one. It's still over in that position, but as you can see, it does it automatically. So we'll just let that vent. That's why you don't really want it under a unit, so pull it out, so because obviously the steam is shooting up in the air like that, as you can see. So it's just letting the pressure out now. Over to our celeriac chips, which have finished cooking, as you can see in there. We'll just put them on low, just on the keep warm function there, and press start. That'll just keep them warm there. 75 degrees for 5 minutes while we sort the ribs out. Right, so the steam's now finished, folks. It now says open. Right, so we just lift it up now, folks. And let's have a little look in there. Look at them, they're well cooked, and they hopefully, Shao, they'll be falling apart.
Hopefully.
Let's dish them up, folks, and then we'll come back to you. Well, folks, it did cook them in 20 minutes, 26 minutes to be exact, when it Shao. We don't know how tender they are yet. We're going to have a taste. Jimmy, as you can see there, has got normal chips over there. So let's put E's and Charlotte's to one side. Let's have a little go. You go first. Get that rib. Tell me how tender that rib is, Sharon.
You see there, 'cause it's,
Oh my God, did you see the way that fell apart, folks? Go on. In you go. 26 minutes, folks, compared to 5 hours, 4 to 5 hours.
See how tender it is, look.
Well,
It's amazing.
let's show them, Sharon. Hold on. Just have a look how tender that is. Look at that, Sharon. Look. And the celeriac chips. Now don't forget, folks, these are just a replacement for chips. We've added all this extra flavour, and they don't go hard, Sharon, do they?
No.
Like a fry. No. They're like soft, but it's better than nothing. Let's put it that way.
They're nice, actually. Very tasty.
Yeah, of course they are. Right, I'm going to try celeriac chip first, folks. It's not a chip, as you know, but if you're craving something like a chip, there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. The main event, Shao, already, Shao, I can see that it's all falling away. I can see garlic on it, Shao. I can see onions. I can see a little bit of chilli on there. Oh, I've got to go in, folks.
Wish you would.
Oh, go on. Hold me up. Oh, that. I'll tell you what. This little Ninja 15 in 1 here.
Godsend.
Oh. Who would believe that it would cook meat and tenderise it under the pressure cooker as lovely as this? These are absolutely fantastic. And that seasoning on there, that Chinese style seasoning, which we've had before, as you know, it is absolutely fantastic. Well, folks, there's not really much more to say here, but do try and give this one a go.
I'll just say quickly that the celeriac, I did not par cook. That went in raw, just to because people might ask in the comments. But they also make nice roast potatoes.
Oh, look. You want all them little bits on it, Shao?
It's got a nice flavour, celeriac. I like it.
We got to go, folks. This ain't going to last long at all, I can tell that. Don't forget, have a little binge watch of our other videos. I'll leave a playlist below where we've done a whole low carb menu, and there's also a link below, just below this video, of a doctor far explaining it better than me, the benefits of a low carb diet and the sort of things that you should and shouldn't be eating. That's in the link below, the description below. Do look out for that one as well. Anyway, we're going to go, folks. Got to have this.
Enjoy it if you
See you in the
make
next
it.
video, and until then, bye for now.
Bye.
They're absolutely fantastic.
I know they are.
Shall we eat Jimmy's as well?
I'm so nasty.